So in this video, I'm going to talk about elimination reactions as well as E1 elimination reactions. But first, I'm going to just give a brief summary about what elimination reactions are. And so an elimination reaction is a reaction in which a pi bond is formed by the loss of atoms or groups from adjacent atoms. And so sometimes it's called either beta elimination or 1-2 elimination. And so let me give you an example of it. And so on the left here, we have the substrate. And then after the substrate undergoes an elimination reaction, it's going to form a pi bond. And so I drew the new pi bond in red. And so this is the overall reaction, but it doesn't tell you anything about the exact mechanism. And so in order to do that, let's first look at E1 or E1 elimination reactions. And so these E1 elimination reactions is pretty similar to an SN1 reaction. So first, what's going to happen is the leaving group is going to leave, and then that is going to form the carbocation. But that's also, remember, that's the rate determining step, or the RDS. And let me redraw the carbocation so it's a little easier to see. So I just drew it like that. The next step is going to involve a weak base coming in to pluck the hydrogen off of a CH3. And let me just redraw that. So what's going to happen is that base is going to pluck off that hydrogen. So it's going to take that hydrogen, and the hydrogen's electrons are then going to be put onto this carbon right here. But then the carbocation can also use a extra electron, so to speak. So then what happens is the electron there, essentially this bond right here, gets put over there, and it pretty much just forms a pi bond. And so your product would be this. And so that would be your final product with the added pi bond. And remember, if you're ever in a situation where you have to determine which double bond forms, you have to remember that the more stable double bond product forms. And that's actually called Zaitsev's rule, which states that the predominant product in an elimination reaction is going to be the more highly substituted and more stable alkene. And so that's something we're going to talk about in the next video. But this video was pretty much just to introduce the elimination reactions. But what I hope you got out of this video is that elimination reactions are a little bit different from substitution reactions in that the leaving group, the carbon forms a pi bond or a double bond, so to speak. And it's also important to remember that for elimination reactions, if you were to try and run an elimination reaction only, you would also be competing with SN1 reactions as well. So E1 mechanisms have SN1 mechanisms competing with it. And so I hope this video helped you. If it did, please give it a like and share it with your friends.